Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Steinert Spartans in boys varsity lacrosse. Getting ready to get started out there. In goal for Lawrence is Josh Marandino. The other end of the field, we see Joey Morazzo in goal for the Spartans. Spartans headed towards the Lawrence goal and stopped. Loose balls picked up by the Spartans. Now Spartans shot on goal. That one's going to go wide. It'll be Spartans' ball. Today is also senior night for the Cardinals, so at halftime we'll be doing the senior presentations. Stick around for that. Now Spartans shot on goal. That one's going to go wide. Spartans' ball. Spartans put the ball back into play over in the corner. Now they'll move it around the perimeter. Here's a drive in towards the goal, shot on goal, and that one is grabbed by Marandino. Good stop by Marandino. Patel running it down the field. He'll pass it forward. That pass is going to be picked off by Steinert. Steinert heading straight for the goal. Shot on goal. That one is deflected by Marandino. Steinert still in possession. Now put it back into play. Ball's knocked loose, grabbed by Marandino. Marandino fires it forward to Edwards. Edwards coming down the near side of the field. He'll send it forward to Stubbs. Stubbs over to Lairfield. Lairfield with a shot on goal. That one's going to be stopped by Morazzo. And the Spartans will try and move the ball back to the other end of the field. No pressure so far. They're taking their time. Pass is picked off by Stubbs. Stubbs passes it across. That pass gets away. And loose ball is going to be nailed down by Morazzo. Now Steinert moving it down the far sideline. There's a pass inside. Oh, and that one gets away. It's going to be recovered by Steinert. Steinert looking for a way in. They'll pass it around behind the net. Now running it out front. That one did not connect, but Marandino's going to chase after it. That'll be Steinert ball. Steinert brings it in. Steinert taking their time. Now here's a drive up the middle. That one does not get through. Steinert hangs on to the ball, though. Good ball control there as he's actually on the ground, rolling and back up again. And we're going to take a quick break here for a timeout. We'll be right back with more of the boys varsity lacrosse game here at the Lawrence Cardinal Stadium.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Spartans will have the ball to resume play. There's a pass over to center field. And now they'll tried to work it to the far side of the field. Drop the ball, nobody there to challenge, they'll recover. Now Steinert running in towards the goal. That shot's going to go over the end line. Steinert ball. Steinert coming out from behind. Tried to get in towards the goal. Lawrence defense right there to stop that. Pass around behind the goal. And he'll run it back the other direction. Ball's knocked free. Cardinals recover. No, it's still free. And Spartans will recover the ball. Pass inside, shot on goal, and Steinert scores the first goal of the game to give them a 1-0 lead against the Lawrence Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
That was Troy Callahan with the first goal of the game, scoring for the Spartans. Now the face-off. It's going to be the Spartans picking up the ball. That's knocked free by the Cardinals. Cardinals can't hang on to it either. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Spartans ball. That ball rolled quite a distance. They had to retrieve it. And now Spartans will put the ball back into play. Callahan with the ball, no one challenging. Now he'll pass it. And the Spartans will look for another way in. Can't get the shot off there. They'll pass it around behind the net. That one gets away. And call's going to go against the Spartans. It'll be Cardinals ball. Pass by the Cardinals is blocked. Ball taken away by the Spartans. And Spartans are going to score a second goal. That makes the score now 2-0 in the Steinert Spartans' favor.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Let's go, boys!
Matthew Tran at center for the faceoff. I'm sorry, that wasn't Tran. That was Jack Boconfuso doing the faceoff. Steinert comes away with the ball. Now they'll slow things down and work it around the perimeter a little bit. Steinert hasn't wasted much time with that perimeter passing that we see so many of the teams doing. They've been spending more time going straight in and trying to score. This time they passed it around behind the net. It gets away from them, and it'll go out of bounds and turn the ball over to the Cardinals. The Cardinals put the ball back into play. Now Marandino's going to send it forward. That pass is going to be picked off by Steinert. Steinert tried a long shot there to try and get it in the net before Marandino could get there. Marandino able to reach out and deflect that shot. Good play by Marandino to keep that one out of the net. Now Steinert puts the ball back into play. Here's a drive towards the goal. Shot on goal. And Ryan Callahan puts it in the back of the net to bring the Steinert Spartans lead to 3-0 over the Lawrence Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Boconfuso at center for the faceoff. Both teams digging away, and Cardinals will come away with it. Boconfuso down the far sideline. He gets checked pretty hard there, and Steinert's going to take the ball away. The referee didn't like the way that went. And it's going to be turned over to the Cardinals. Cardinals moving the ball around the perimeter. Over with the ball. Over's going to flick it around the outside. Lairfield. Lairfield to Nab. Nab sends it way outside to Over, and Over fires it in there, trying to get the goal. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds. I believe that was Morazzo who had the hit on it to keep it out of the goal. But that'll be Cardinals ball. Cardinals put the ball back into play. Over once more with it. Now Nab behind the net with the ball. Back to Over. Stubbs sends it to Over. And Over's going to be run over by the Spartans. Loose ball on the field. And Spartans pick it up, headed for that Lawrence goal. Shot on goal is good. And Ryan Callahan gets his second goal of the game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bo Confuso at center for the faceoff. Loose ball is going to be scooped up by Steinert. Steinert plays it over the middle. Pass gets away. Steinert able to recover the ball. And Steinert gets overrun there by Cardinals. Ball shot wildly up in the air. And it'll be Cardinals ball. Now Steinert heading in towards the goal, couldn't get the shot off. That pass is going out towards the near sideline. Kept in bounds. Referee disagrees, and it's going to be turned over to the Cardinals. Cardinals put the ball into play. Marandino just barely got that one. He'll send it forward to Over. Over running it down the far sideline. He'll pass it back behind the net to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it out. Intended for Stubbs. Stubbs chases it down. He'll get it. Stubbs looking things over. Stubbs passes it to Lairfield. Lairfield to Nab. Nab fires it out to Over to Stubbs. Now Stubbs running it around. He'll send it behind the net to Nab once more. Shot on goal was unsuccessful. Recovered by Lawrence. Second shot on goal. This one stopped by Morazzo. Steinert sends the ball down the field, but it's going to bounce out of bounds. That'll turn possession over to the Cardinals. Edwards sends the ball forward. That one's going to be picked up by Steinert. Whistle on the play is going to return possession to the Cardinals. Over fires it forward to Stubbs. Stubbs back to Over. Over to McNamara. Lairfield to Nab. Whitaker. And Over. Over thought about firing one in from a distance. He'll pass it inside to Stubbs. Stubbs had to leap to get that pass. Dropped it and recovered. Inside and shot on goal. That's going to bounce over the goal. Nab trying to recover it for the Cardinals. And he does so. Nab to Stubbs. That one's tipped wide by Steinert. It's going to bounce out of bounds. And it's going to be Lawrence ball as Stubbs will put it back into play for the Cardinals. Well, that call goes the other direction, and it's going to be Steinert with the ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. Pass over to midfield. And back to the near sideline. Now unopposed, running down the side of the field. And wait for the rest of the team to set up and drop that one back. Spartans taking their time. Got a minute and 26 left on the clock in this first period. Spartans on the far side of the field with the ball. Drive in towards the goal. Heavy pressure by the Cardinal defense. They'll drop it back and reset. Coming up on the 1 minute mark for this period. Steinert with a drive towards the middle. There's the shot, and Marandino swats that one away. It'll be Steinert ball with 47 seconds left on the clock. Well, Steinert drops it way back again to reset once more. Now here's a run up the middle, shot from outside, and it's another goal for Steinert. Troy Callahan this time finds the back of the net to give the Steinert Spartans a 5-0 lead over the Lawrence Cardinals with 30 seconds left on the clock in the first period.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran at center for the Cardinals. He'll be handling the face-off this time. Loose ball, and Tran's going to scoop it up. Can't hang on to it. There he gets it. Cardinals ball. Tran sends it forward to Stubbs. Stubbs gives a fake there. Now he'll turn towards the goal. That one's knocked free. It's going to be recovered by Lairfield. Nab sends it well back. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Stubbs. Running out of time. Stubbs sends it forward. Lairfield tries to get a shot off. That one's blocked, and there's the buzzer for the end of the first period. So after one period of play, it's the Steinert Spartans 5, your Lawrence Cardinals 0. Tough inning for the Cardinals. Let's see what they can do in the second quarter.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So the Cardinals will return to the field for the second quarter. A little catching up to do. Hopefully they had a little inspirational guidance from the coach. And we'll see if they can put some points on the board. Coming out to center to do the face-off, we see Matthew Tran. He had a good one right there at the end of the first quarter. There's a face-off. Whistle on that play, and it's going to be Cardinals ball. Cardinals send it forward. Now Stubbs with the ball, looking for someone to pass to, waiting for substitutions. And he'll send it over to Lairfield. Lairfield to Nab, back behind the net. Nab fires it way out to over. Oh, back and forth work there. And Nab back behind the net with it now. Thought about passing to Lairfield. He'll change direction and run it out front. Now Nab with a shot on goal. That was just left of goal. Gets caught up in the net. And Marazza will dig it out. Now Spartans will go on the offense. Pass up to midfield. Lawrence defense right there to make life tough, but Spartans getting through, but loose ball picked up by Over. Over sends it forward to Lairfield. Lairfield takes it back behind the net. Now he'll send it around the perimeter for the Cardinals. Whitaker with the ball. I'm sorry, Whitaker already got it off to Stubbs. Now Stubbs fires one in there. That's going to go out of bounds. Cardinals ball. Whitaker brings it back into play. Pass to Lairfield. Lairfield to Stubbs. Stubbs fires it in there. That was rejected. Loose ball, and Spartans come away with it. Spartans rushing down the near sideline, now angling in towards the goal. Shot is not good, and that'll be picked up by Claffey. Claffey over to Marandino. Marandino running it out of the goal area. Now he'll send it way up the field. Stubbs with the ball. I'm sorry, that's Lairfield with the ball. Lairfield takes it down into the near corner. He'll pass it behind the net to Whitaker. Whitaker to Over. Over to Lairfield, and Lairfield fires one in there. That one just misses the goal. Cardinals ball. Cardinals put it back into play. Stubbs with the ball to Nab. Nab sends it inside there to Edwards, who can't get the shot off, and it's going to be taken away by Steinert. Knocked free, and Stubbs will recover the ball for Lawrence. Now Lairfield on the near side of the field. He'll run it into the corner. Pass it behind the net. I believe that was Whitaker. Back to Lairfield. Out to Nab. To Lairfield. Back to Whitaker, and Whitaker sends it around to the other side of the field. Stubbs up the middle, shot on goal. That one's just outside. It'll be Cardinals ball. Cardinals put the ball back into play. Stubbs to Nab. Nab gets tied up, loses the ball. Lairfield picks it up and tries for a shot, and there's flag on that play. I believe that's going to be a penalty assessed to Steinert. The Cardinals ball. So it looks like Lairfield would be the one putting the ball into play for the Cardinals. Lairfield waiting behind the net for the go-ahead. Now repositioning over towards the far sideline. He'll run it back behind the goal. Pass outside and up the top of the key. Stubbs fires it in there. And that one is stopped by Morazzo. Morazzo sends it well down the field. Loose ball on the field. That was going to go out of bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball. Caruso sends it forward to Over. Over passes it. And Nab fires one in there for a goal. It's officially a goal. Cardinals have scored their first point of the game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran back at center for the faceoff. It was nice to see Nab out there in scoring position. So much of the time we've seen him playing behind the net as Cardinals would work the ball around the goal. Lately we've seen him out in front of the net, and that paid dividends today. Now Tran sends it forward to Lairfield. Lairfield over to Nab, who is now back behind the net. Over with the ball on the sideline. We'll hold things up for a moment. Now Nab moving over towards center field. He'll pass it to Stubbs. Stubbs thought about firing one in there. He'll send it back to Over. And Lairfield puts one in for the second goal of the game for the Cardinals. Score now 5-2 as the Cardinals begin to close in on the Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran once more at center for the faceoff. And whistle on that play is going to award the ball to the Cardinals. Tran sends it well forward. Lairfield working it into the corner. They'll send it behind the net to Nab. Nab way back out again to Over. Over to McNamara. McNamara to Stubbs. Stubbs passed it off to Lairfield, but there's going to be a whistle on the play. We'll hold things up for a moment.
What about it?
Now there's the whistle to put it back into play.
Run it down to what?
He'll tell you when to stop.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, second attempt at putting it back into play. And McNamara sends it back behind the net to Nab. It's played around the perimeter, and it's going to go all the way to Stubbs at the top of the key. Stubbs fires one in there. It's blocked. Loose ball in front of the net. Oh, whistle before Lairfield could put that one in the net. Now Lairfield will put the ball back into play for the Cardinals. Sends it behind the net to Nab. Nab. Well, that was a shot by Whitaker. Did not find the net, but the Cardinals will get the ball back. Nab plays it over to Whitaker once more. Whitaker once more fires it in there. This time it's stopped by Morazzo. Morazzo coming out of the net with the ball. Morazzo running down the field with the ball. And it looks like we're going to call a timeout and take a quick break. We'll be right back with more boys varsity lacrosse action.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Steinert will have the ball to resume play. Working down the far sideline. Now cutting in towards midfield. They'll run into some opposition from the Cardinals and drop back. Now here's another attempt to try and get in towards that Lawrence goal. Shot on goal, and that one is blocked by Marandino. Loose ball on the field is going to be scooped up by the Cardinals. Caruso sends it forward to Claffey. And we've got a whistle on the field. They'll halt the action. Referee signals the resumption of play, and it's going to be Lawrence heading down the near side of the field with the ball. Lairfield is going to drop it back to Over. Over sends it to McNamara. Back to Over, and now to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it around behind the net to Nab. Nab tries to pass it back to Lairfield, but it's going to be swatted away by Steinert. Lawrence recovers in the corner with the ball. Now Stubbs with the ball. Stubbs fires one in, and he finds the back of the net. Art Stubbs with the goal to make it a 5-3 game as Lawrence continues to close the gap to the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran at center for the faceoff. There it is. This ball's going to be scooped up. No. Okay, now it's scooped up by Steinert. Steinert sends it over towards the near side of the field. There's a drive in towards the goal. Shot, and that one's blocked by Marandino. Steinert takes it around behind the net. Now run around the net. That one does not go in, and Marandino scoops it up. And he's going to run back behind the net for a while. Marandino looking for a way to send the ball forward. Sends it across, and now Lawrence on the move. Flag on the field. We'll see if they stop the play for it or not. Lairfield will take it down behind the net, pass it to Nab. Nab sends it to Stubbs. Stubbs sends it right back. Now over to Stubbs. Stubbs tried to fire off a shot. And that was going to go back to Lawrence. Lawrence will put the ball back into play. Lairfield behind the net. He'll send it way out to McNamara. Stubbs with a shot on goal. That was deflected. And Over will pick it up. Over to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it over to McNamara. That's going to get away and go out of bounds. It'll be Steinert's ball. Steinert launches it down the field. Now running the ball toward the Lawrence goal. That pass gets away, and it's going to be scooped up by Lawrence. I believe that's McGann in that mess with the ball. And timeout's going to be called, so we'll take a quick break and be right back with more boys varsity lacrosse action.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Lawrence will have possession as play resumes. Over passes it. It's passed a few times there. Now they'll drop back and reset. Over to Lairfield. Lairfield to Whitaker. Whitaker fires it way back. And Over rifles it in there trying to get a goal. That one is stopped by Marazzo. Now Marazzo running it forward himself. He'll finally pass that. And running right down the middle is Steinert. Shot on goal. That one's going to go wide. Steinert ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. They'll send the ball over to the other side of the field. Bounce pass back to the middle of the field. Now running in, trying to get close enough to fire in a shot. Lawrence defense making that tough. Shot is deflected by Marandino. Steinert ball. Steinert sends it out to the front. That pass gets away. Loose ball scooped up by Steinert. Once again, a missed pass. This time, the Cardinals are going to scoop it up. Claffey sends it across the field. And the Cardinals are going to send it forward. Now it's Edwards on the move with the ball. He'll send it forward. That one's going to go out of bounds. Steinert ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. Long pass down the far sideline. Steinert sends it across, and that will head out of bounds, turning it back over to the Cardinals. Claffey brings the ball forward. There's the go-ahead from the referee, and he'll launch it. That one is loose on the field, scooped up by Steinert. Steinert running down the near sideline. Be forced out of bounds, but it's too late as the buzzer sounds for the end of the first half. So after 2 quarters of play, the Steinert Spartans lead 5-3 over the Lawrence Cardinals. We'll be having the senior night presentation here shortly. Stay tuned for that, and then we'll get right back into the game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
All right, thanks for everybody coming out tonight. We really appreciate the support. We're really excited to honor our seniors. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about each senior, and then have a little gift for Mom and Dad. All right, first up, we got Ohm. Go get the flowers. Ohm is a quiet guy. He's very cerebral, always thinking and planning. We really appreciate his execution on the field. All right, next up we got Tommy DeMarco. Tommy. Unfortunately, Tommy suffered a little injury, but we still love him. He's actually now a coach. It's Coach Tommy, so we really enjoy him helping on the sideline. Next, Mr. Niehoff, Steven. Steve is a quiet worker. He's always out here giving his best. We really appreciate all of his efforts. Next, Matt Tran, a face-off specialist. Matt is always working and trying to perfect his craft, and the team thanks him for that. All right, next up we got our captains. First up, Austin Edwards, Mr. Smiley. Our D. Mitty, always out working. We appreciate his efforts. All right, next up, Art, the shooter. Say it again for him. All right, and last but not least, Noah Learfeld. Another shooter. We really just want to thank our seniors for 4 great years. We really appreciate their dedication to the program. And a big shout out and thank you to all the senior parents. You guys have always been supportive of the team and of the coaching staff, and I really appreciate it. So let's give the parents a big round of applause. All right, thank you. Now we got some unfinished business, so we're going to get back to it.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Well, that was nice to see the team honoring the seniors as they're in their last year of play here at Lawrence High School. Now we got Tran out there for the face-off, and he's going to come away with the ball. Tran passes it forward. Over gets it. Over launches it down the field. And it's an early goal in the second half by Alex Nab as he takes it right into the goal.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Tran once more for the faceoff. There's the faceoff. Loose ball, both teams chasing after it. And whistle's going to award the ball to the Cardinals. I take that back. It's going to award it to Steinert. Spartans move the ball forward near the near sideline. Now they'll drop it back. Try and set something up. They're driving towards the middle, shot on goal. That one's going to be stopped by Marandino. Now Marandino sends it forward. Stubbs with the ball, moving it across the field. Over to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it around behind the net to Nab. Nab to Stubbs. Back to Nab. And Nab puts it in. No, that one didn't hit the front of the goal. That hit the back of the goal. Nab will recover the ball and come forward with it once more. He sends it out to Stubbs. Stubbs can't get the shot off. He'll pass it instead to Over. Over sends it forward. That shot on goal. Deflected wide. It's going to be Cardinals ball. Cardinals put the ball back into play. Over circling with the ball. Now behind the net to Nab. Nab to Whitaker. Whitaker sends it over to McNamara. But it's moving around quite a bit. Nab scoops it back up off the turf. Shot on goal. That one's going to go wide. It'll be Cardinals ball. Nab will put the ball back into play. Sends it to Whitaker. Whitaker to Over. Over to McNamara. McNamara fires one in there. No, that's just a pass to Nab. Back out again. Now McNamara fires another one in, and this one finds the back of the net. And we've got a tie game here at the Cardinal Stadium, folks. Lawrence 5, Steinert 5.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Cardinals coming out strong in the early goings of the second half. Tie things up at 5 apiece. Now Tran out there at center for the faceoff. There it is, loose ball. That'll be scooped up by Steinert. Now Steinert working towards the Lawrence goal. Shot on goal from way out. That one's picked off by Marandino. He sends it forward. Scooped up by Tran. Tran's going to drop it back to Nab. Nab to Stubbs. Stubbs plays it back. Over running it around behind the net. Cardinals slowing things down a little bit here. Looking for an opportunity. No one challenging over. He's taking his time trying to set it up. There's a pass inside. Shot on goal by Lairfield. That one is blocked. And it's going to be picked up by Steinert. Steinert plays it forward. Ball gets away. Now Cardinals send the ball the other direction. Caruso with the ball on the far sideline. He'll send it over to Lairfield. Lairfield to over. Stubbs with the ball in shooting range. He'll fire that one in off the post. That's going to bounce all the way out to midfield. Steinert's going to come up with the ball. Steinert on the attack. Shot on goal is high. That was going to bounce out of bounds. Steinert ball. Steinert brings the ball back into play. He'll work it around the perimeter a little bit. Shot on goal. And Ryan Callahan will earn his hat trick. Third goal of the game for Callahan. And that will allow Steinert to retake the lead in this game, 6-5 over the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Tran once more at center for the faceoff. Loose ball. That one scooped up by Steinert. Steinert advancing. And whistle on to play. That's going to turn the ball over to Cardinals. Tran with the ball on the near side of the field, looking for someone to pass to. Finally gets the ball off. That pass does not connect with the receiver. It bounces out of bounds, and it will be Steinert's ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. That shot does not connect as Marandino comes out with it. He's forced out of bounds. So he'll return to the net, but the ball is going to be turned over to Steinert.
Come on, Joe! Let's go, Joe!
Steinert passes the ball back in. Shot on goal. That was going to go wide. It'll be Steinert ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. Patel out there. Tough defense. Steinert trying to work their way in towards the ball. To the goal. The ball is dropped. And Lawrence comes away with it. Graham scoops it up, and he'll be taken to the ground. It's going to be Steinert's ball. Little clarification from the ref, and we should be getting right back into the action. Now Steinert plays it over towards the middle and over to the near side of the field. Back to center. Shot on goal, and Marandino deflects that one up and over. The Steinert ball. Patel really making it tough on the Steinert Spartans in that corner. Now the ball's going to get away. Scooped up by the Cardinals. But there's going to be a whistle on the play. I believe that's going to be Steinert ball. Steinert on the near side of the field.
Let's go, Steinert!
Steinert's going to take it around behind the net. Well, back out again. And that pass was deflected by Claffey. Out of bounds on Steinert. It's going to be Lawrence ball. Lawrence sends the ball down the line. Over with the ball. Over crosses to Stubbs. Stubbs can't dive low enough to catch that one, but he recovers the ball. Now Stubbs slowing things down a little bit as no one's challenging him. Pass to Over. Folks in the backfield just watching. Pass to Stubbs. Stubbs faked a couple shots there. This time he sails one in there. And it's going to be stopped by Morazzo. Steinert coming back on the offense. Now drive up the middle. Too many Cardinals there, and he'll peel off to the side. Loose ball headed back towards midfield. Now Lawrence will put the ball back into play. Over crosses it. Lairfield to Stubbs. I'm sorry, to Nab. Nab to Stubbs. Over thought about taking a shot. He'll do a back and forth with Whitaker instead. Now Nab with the ball to Stubbs. Stubbs to Over, and Over rips one in. That one's going to be just wide. Cardinal ball. Nab to Stubbs. Back to Nab. Nab sends it out to Over to Stubbs. Stubbs tries to rifle one in there, but it's deflected. That's going to be turned over to the Spartans. Now Steinert puts the ball back into play. They'll advance unchallenged down the far sideline. Now here's a little bit of resistance from the Cardinals. They get the pass off, but it's going to roll out of bounds, turning the ball back over to the Cardinals. Over brings it back in for the Cardinals. They'll send it over to Stubbs. Back to Over. To Whitaker. Shot on goal is stopped by Morazzo. Morazzo gets the pass off. Oh, traction issue in the backfield. And that pass picked off by Nab. Nab fires it in, and we've got a tie game again, folks, as Nab fires it into the back of the net.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Bo Confuso out to center for the faceoff. Ball is scooped up by Steinert. Steinert cuts across the center. Pass and shot on goal. That one does not connect. It's going to be collected by the Cardinals. Marandino running it forward. He'll launch it down the field. A lot of heavy-duty play down there, and Nab comes up with the ball to Over, to Stubbs. Stubbs is going to slow things down a little bit, wait for the team to get in position. Ball back in play. Over sends it into the corner. Now out to Nab. Back to Lairfield. Back to Nab. Nab tried to fire one in there a little bit wide. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball with 18 seconds left in this third period. Cardinals with a chance to take the lead for the first time this game. Whitaker sends it behind the net. Forward to Nab. Nab can't get to it. Stubbs is going to pick it up. 5 seconds left in this period. Stubbs passes it inside. That one does not find the net, and there's the buzzer for the end of the period. So after 3 periods of intense action here between these two boys varsity lacrosse teams, we are still tied up at 6 apiece. Stay tuned for the final quarter.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
For those of you just tuning in, Cardinals got off to a slow start, going down 4-0 in the early going, but they've managed to claw their way back and had a very strong third quarter to tie things up here in Cardinal Stadium. If they can have one more quarter like that, the win is within their grasp. Now Matt Tran out there at center to do the face-off for the Cardinals. There's the face-off. Tran pops it up in the air, and he'll come away with the ball. Tran drops back. He'll send it over to Stubbs. Stubbs looking for a way through. Thinks better of it, and he's going to pass. Lairfield takes it around behind the net. Blairfield once more. Over. Over tried to get it to Whitaker. Whitaker comes in and grabs it. He'll send that one way back. In fact, a little too far back. Call is Cardinal ball. Stubbs takes it forward. Now Nab sends it out from behind the net. Shot on goal, that was deflected. And Morazzo comes away with it. He'll send it down the field. Now Steinert running it up the middle. That advance is halted. Loose ball on the field, but no one from Lawrence there to challenge. Steinert will regroup on the far side of the field. Now Steinert trying to advance. That one's picked off. Steinert recovers the ball. Now Lawrence will take it away. That pass gets away and Steinert recovers the ball. Timeout called. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with more varsity lacrosse action here on LTPS TV.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now Steinert will put the ball back into play over on the far side of the field. Now they'll send it forward. That one gets loose but recovered. Steinert will drop it back and reset. Steinert taking their time. Now here's a run toward the goal. Shot on goal. And that was going to go wide. Steinert ball.
Stay on it! Stay on it! Stay right there! Let's go! Focus right there!
Steinert puts the ball back into play. Shot on goal. That one does not connect. And Marandino's going to come up with it. Marandino under attack. He gets rid of the ball. That one's sent forward. Austin Edwards was able to catch the pass, but then he was attacked. Whistle on the play is going to return possession to the Cardinals, and Stubbs will take the ball. Stubbs shot on goal. That one was right off the chest of Morazzo. Loose ball, that's going to be almost scooped up. Now Stubbs comes away with it. Stubbs to Nab. Whitaker back to over, to Whitaker, to Nab. Cardinals working the ball around the perimeter. Going to make this possession count. Oh, nice shot on goal, but deflected once more by Morazzo. Nab puts the ball back in play for the Cardinals. Shot rifled in there by Lairfield. And Morazzo comes away with it. Now Steinert looking to clear the ball. They'll send that one halfway down the field. Steinert couldn't get the shot off, but they've got possession back behind the Lawrence goal. And I believe that's going to be a holding penalty on the Cardinals. Cardinals come away with the ball. And there's the whistle we were expecting. It's going to be a Steinert ball. Steinert puts the ball back into play. Good pressure there by John Kimo. Steinert gets the pass off anyway. Shot on goal. That was going to be wide. Steinert ball. Steinert returns to the action with the ball. Now Steinert moving it around the perimeter. Dropped pass, quickly recovered. Here's a run towards the goal. He's going to take it around behind the goal. Pass behind the goal. Out front. And shot on goal. That's hits the side of the goal. Recovered by Steinert. That pass gets away. Steinert's able to recover. Yeah, they'll drop it back and reset. Shot on goal. That was going around and out of bounds. It'll be Steinert ball once more. Steinert resumes action. Now Steinert running out from behind the goal. Turn and shot. And Troy Callahan's going to score a tiebreaker. The Callahan brothers have been really tough on the Cardinals today, scoring lots of goals. This time it's Troy Callahan to give the Steinert Spartans a 1-point lead with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran back out at center for the faceoff. Loose ball on the field. Referee's going to put a stop to it. That's going to be Steinert ball. I'm sorry, Cardinal ball. Cardinals put the ball into play. Overrunning it around the perimeter. He'll take it around behind the net. Shot on goal. Oh, almost a second attempt there. Loose ball. That's going to be awarded to Steinert. Steinert past the center. Now Steinert running down the middle of the field. For a while unopposed, now got some contesting for the possession. Shot on goal. That one is deflected by Marandino. It's going to be Steinert ball. Spartans put the ball back into play. Pass to the top of the key. Over to the far side of the field. Around behind the net and back out again. And a whistle on the play. It's going to be Cardinal ball. Marandino dropped it in front of the goal. And that's going to be put in the back of the net by Salzano to give the Steinert Spartans a 2-point lead now in this game. Costly error there.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Let's go, my boy!
Now Tran at center for the faceoff.
Go, boys.
And Steinert comes up with the ball. There's a flag on the field. Steinert maintains possession. Steinert's going to drop it back a little bit. Now moving over towards center. Shot on goal. That one does not connect. It's going to be Steinert ball. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game. Cardinals trailing by 2. Steinert taking their time out there. And they decide to call a timeout. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with more of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Spartans will have the ball in the far corner for the resumption of play. Now fake and turn and shot. And it's going to be another goal by Troy Callahan as the Steinert Spartans extend their lead now to 3 points with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Tran out at center for the faceoff. And Tran's going to come away with the ball. Tran on the far side, he'll send it forward. Nice pass to Nab. Nab in front of the goal, ball's knocked loose. Steinert spots it, and that's going to be knocked free by the Cardinals. Stubbs around behind the net with the ball. Over thought about a shot. McNamara now back to Over. Inside to Nab. That one gets away. It's going to be swatted by the Spartans. Still loose ball. And Lairfield's going to grab it. Over to Stubbs. Stubbs fires it in. It bounces up and over. It's going to be Lawrence ball. Whitaker puts it back into play for the Cardinals. He'll send it over to Nab. Back to Whitaker. To Over. Now Stubbs. Over inside to Nab. Nab fires it in, and Nab gets another goal. That closes the gap now to 2 points with just over 2 minutes left in this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Tran again at center for the faceoff.
Let's go, Cardinals! Win it, Lawrence, win it. Gotta be wide. Go. Come on, man.
Ball's going to be picked up by Steinert. Steinert sends it down the field.
Let's go.
And timeout's going to be called once more. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now Steinert will have the ball in the far corner to resume play. Here's a pass back behind the net. Back across. It's going to be turned over to the Cardinals. Lawrence advancing the ball, now a pass down the near sideline. I'm sorry, far sideline. Stubbs retrieves that errant bounce. Now he'll pass it forward. Oh, nice diving shot by Lairfield. And Lairfield puts it in for another goal. Cardinals have pulled it within 1 point. Sorry, I can't tell you the time. It looks like our clock has frozen, but now 9-8 the score.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran once more at center for the faceoff. And Tran, well, he almost came up with the ball, knocked loose. Still loose. Still loose, finally. Nope, still finally settled. And Steinert comes away with it. Steinert streaking towards the Lawrence goal. Couldn't get the shot off. Loose ball on the field. That's picked up by Steinert. Flag on the play for that check. Steinert comes up with the ball. Steinert will drop it back. Behind the net, now over to the far side of the field. That one gets away. Will be flicked away. And Cardinals come up with it as Jackson Caruso has the ball, but the ref has a whistle. So that's going to turn the ball back over to Steinert.
Right. 15.
And we'll have another timeout here. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with more of the action.
14.2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Steinert will put the ball back into play on the far side of the field to resume the action. Advancing towards the Lawrence goal, we'll take it around behind the goal. And a whistle on that play. This time it's going to be turned over to the Cardinals. Cardinals launch it down the field. And there's the buzzer for the end of the game as the Steinert Spartans are victorious 9-8 over the Lawrence Cardinals. While the Cardinals weren't able to win on senior night, they sure put on an entertaining game for us tonight. Thank you to Max Fogdahl for working camera for this event, and thank you all for tuning in to watch. Be sure to tune in again next time for more exciting Cardinal sports action on LTPS TV.